Hi there Aquarius, thank you for joining me for your weekly forecast for week commencing the 18th of May. The week begins with Mercury and Mars in the most bubbly and effervescent parts of your scope. This can give you a lot of mental energy, a sense of fun and also drive. Your charisma can really bubble to the fore. But by Tuesday, Mercury does start to twist backwards. It just suggests that if you are a creative Aquarius and you're wanting to achieve things, that things can be a bit stop-start over the next 3 weeks. But it's important to keep the faith, because if you do come up against some obstacles, there may be a bigger reason for it. And sometimes, even in love, the course of true love doesn't always run smoothly. So if a date is cancelled or something is changed around in terms of a social arrangement, try to take this in your stride and be philosophical, because all sorts of alterations often do come up when Mercury is twisting backwards. But from Tuesday too, Venus and Pluto get into an intense opposition. Venus is in the part of your horoscope to do with work and to do with the more practical side of relating, whereas Pluto is much more psychological. Something that's been bubbling beneath the surface could come up to it, especially around your love life, and it could be something that's been hidden or disguised. Perhaps you've been reluctant to talk about it because you don't really want to hurt your partner's feelings, or perhaps they're going to confront you with something that up to now they've not really felt ready to share. Either way, it might be a bit uncomfortable, but if you are the one who's wanting to say something that until now has been a bit more of a secret, then diplomacy can certainly help the process as you do open up. Now from Thursday, the Sun moves into your sister air sign of Gemini, joining up with Mercury and also with Mars. Ordinarily, this would see an explosion of extra energy, but your co-ruler, Saturn, is on the other side of the heavens, in an opposition to the Sun, and it means that if you do have some extra energy, Saturn's asking you to use it wisely, to really focus what you're doing. So if you have got a lot of opportunities socially or creatively, it's important that you do just pick the ones that are really most important. Otherwise, if you spread yourself too thinly, you could dissipate a really wonderful opportunity. But Mars in the second half of this week is more complex. It gets into a tangle with Neptune, which can be confusing around money and affection. There's also the possibility that you'll think of buying something, but what you're told may not be right. If you're thinking of buying and selling online, for example, an item may be not described correctly at all. In fact, you could be heading for a fall. I would say put off any big purchase until the week following this one. But what is marvellous is a sparkling alliance between Jupiter and Mercury, and despite Mercury's retrograde, you can still make a connection to someone that's very special indeed. And there's something about this person and you when you're together or talking that just seems to mutually G each other up. Perhaps it's a shared interest, perhaps it's just the connection between you, but it can be very uplifting. And I think generally, when it comes to your romantic situation or your friendships, if you are thinking a bit more seriously towards the end of this week, in some ways that's not a bad thing, as long as you don't rush any major decision. It's been a real pleasure being with you. Thank you for joining me. Good luck and goodbye for now.